Hey everybody! Today I'm going to read a book called Indian 2 Feet and His Horse. This is actually an old book. It's been in the library for a long time, but it's one of my favorite books. There was a little Indian. He wished he had a horse. But he did not have a horse. He had to walk, walk, walk. He could sing. He could dance. He could skin a deer for hide, but he could not ride a horse. He had to walk. He could listen to a story. He could paint with a piece of bone, but of course he had no horse. He walked to the woods. He walked to the river. He walked to the top of a high, high hill, and still he had no horse. He could ride some rolling rocks. He could ride a big fat log. He could swing across a river from a tree, but of course he could not ride a horse. He did not have one. "Little 2 Feet," said his father, "you must think like a horse to find one. Go find one." Little 2 Feet walked to some tall grass. "If I were a horse," said 2 Feet, "I would put my nose into this grass." But oh, he did not find a horse. He ran to a river. "If I were a horse," said 2 Feet, "I would put my nose into the river." But oh, no, he did not find a horse. He ran to a hill where the sun was hot. "If I were a horse," said 2 Feet, "I would find a cool, cool spot." So he sat in the shadow of a big old rock and went to sleep. Oh no, he didn't find a horse, but a horse found him. Now a horse has 4 feet, but this one stood on 3. He held up a sore foot for 2 feet to see. "Oh," said 2 Feet, "it must be a dream, but if I were a horse with one bad foot, I would need some help from a boy like me." 2 Feet put his shirt around his horse's leg to help him hold his sore foot off the ground. "I will help you," said 2 Feet. "Come with me." Little 2 Feet had a horse, but he walked. They came to a river, and they both had a drink. They came to the grass so long and cool. They rested for a while, and then they walked, and at last they both came home. Every day 2 Feet brought his horse some water. He brought him some grass. And then he rode to the woods. He rode to the river. He rode to the top of a high, high hill. He had a horse. The end. I hope you and your family have a great Thanksgiving, and I will see you after Thanksgiving, and we will read all about Christmas. See you then.